Driving from Kuala Lumpur to Klang using an old map from 1929, is the road still the same or it's already changed? With a distance of 35 kilometers, the old road connected the capital of then Federated Malay States with Port Swettenham, the nearest seaport. Today, Kuala Lumpur is the capital city of Malaysia and Port Klang, its current name, still serves as the capital seaport. In the early 20th century, road has a secondary importance as the railway is faster, carries more cargoes and able to handle heavier goods. Due to the increase of the number of vehicles on the road, fast development of Klang Valley and new highways, a main road does not always be the main road for an eternity. What are the changes that we could find when the 1929 map was used to drive in the year 2025, almost a century later? Let's dust off the old map and drive on the road that used to be the main road between Kuala Lumpur and port city of Klang. The journey started in front of Central Market, also known as Pasar Seni. The market is the oldest market in Kuala Lumpur and used to be a wet market and almost being demolished for modern development. But thankfully, the heritage market was saved by the efforts of the Heritage of Malaysia Trust and converted into a cultural market enjoyed by locals and foreigners alike. Driving by the old Kuala Lumpur railway station, it was deemed as one of the architecture wonders from the colonial era. Before reaching Brickfields, there is an overpass that carries Jalan Istana, which is part of the inner ring road of Kuala Lumpur, completed in 1995 under 6 Malaysia Plan. The road used to be straight, but the traffic has been diverted into the backside of Brickfields to smoothen the traffic. Driving in this part of Kuala Lumpur might be a little confusing as there is lack of clear signs and directions. But thankfully there is Google Maps to show which route that you need to take. There is a monorail line above the road between townhouses and streets of Brickfields. Brickfields got its name from the brick-making industries that used to thrive in its vicinity in the late 19th and early 20th century. The bricks from Brickfields is the main construction material to build opulent colonial-era buildings in Kuala Lumpur, such as Masjid Jamek, Sultan Abdul Samad Building and the railway station. Brickfields also used to be a little town outskirts of Kuala Lumpur with the Kereta Api Tanah Melayu KTM rail yard nearby. The former rail yard has been closed to build KL Central, the main railway station for Kuala Lumpur since 2000. By time Brickfields changed from a little town outskirts of Kuala Lumpur into a fast developing high-rise area, which explains there are so many cars parking illegally on the roadside. Brickfields, with its past brickmaking and rail yarding activities, predominantly hired Tamils once upon a time. As a result, Brickfields got its nickname Little India. During the Hindu major holidays such as Deepavali and Thaipusam, the road will be filled with cars and people shop to prepare for the festival. Driving out of Brickfields heading towards Jalan Syed Putra. In the past, the road from Brickfields to Klang Road, which is today Old Klang Road, is just a simple junction. After the development of Jalan Syed Putra as a dual carriageway, the simple junction has developed into an intersection linking Brickfields and Seputih. Right after Mid Valley, the carriageway branches into several directions. The left intersection is the ramp to Salak Expressway heading towards Kajang and Seremban, while the main road turns right as Federal Highway. But for now, the old map shows that we need to follow this road, which is Jalan Klang Lama or Old Klang Road. Old Klang Road got its name as the road was former main road that connects Kuala Lumpur and Klang before the opening of Federal Highway in 1976. The road was simply called as Klang Road back then. In 1929, Old Klang Road was surrounded by estates which will no longer exist as the land developed into residential and business areas. Old Klang Road is notorious with traffic congestion as there are many vehicles are using this road every day as a main road. In addition to the new high-rise development along the road, the traffic is often congested during peak hours. Standstill traffic is increasingly norm. Therefore, starting 15th of August 2024, a bus lane was created out of one of the lanes on Old Klang Road. The aim is to speed up the bus and to encourage people to switch from private vehicles to bus. With the limited budget of 10 million ringgit allocated for the whole new bus lanes in the whole Klang Valley and little change to the existing infrastructure, it's quite early to tell whether the bus lane is really efficient to reduce traffic. Watch this video to know more about the bus lane in Kuala Lumpur. Unusual for Malaysian city roads, Old Klang Road is wider than usual road with 4 to 5 lanes per direction in certain segments, really wide. For some reasons, Old Klang Road did not link with New Pantai Expressway or NPE, which link Kuchai to the east and Sunway City to the west, but the old road will meet NPE ahead. Afterward, there is a junction to Jalan Kuchai Lama. In 1929 map, this area was known as Kuala Pauh. There are numerous neighbourhoods and markets along Old Klang Road, which makes the road a reputable place to find some good Chinese food. So as you can see, the blue fence with an advertisement of a new development will make the already congested Old Klang Road congested even more. Plus, the only public transport available in Old Klang Road is the buses run on the bus lane, which is often clogged by the cars parked illegally by the roadside. Despite its high density, Old Klang Road is not served by any of the rail transit lines in Kuala Lumpur. approaching a junction towards Puchong. The 1929 map shows that the vehicles heading to Klang need to turn right crossing Klang River. After the right turn, the road is still off Klang Road, while the road forward is Jalan Puchong. The bridge in 1929 map is no longer exist, and the remaining proof of its existence is the alignment of a water pipe bridge that is alignment a little off from the current bridge. Today's 6-lane concrete bridge carrying the traffic above Klang River. Old Klang Road is covered by New Pantai Expressway or NPE elevated above. Approaching an intersection to Jalan Templar near the oldest part of Petaling Jaya. The road is named after General Sir Gerald Walter Robert Templar, who held the position as High Commissioner for Malaya from 1952 until 1954 during the height of communist insurgencies in Malaya. Petaling Jaya was established in the year 1952 as a satellite town during Gerald Templar's time to address overcrowding and squatters outskirts of Kuala Lumpur. In the 1929 map, what is today the oldest part of Petaling Jaya, known as PJ Old Town, was once a plantation. By looking carefully at the thick borderline here, Petaling Jaya was part of Kuala Lumpur district before 1972. Kuala Lumpur was separated from Selangor as a federal territory, while Petaling Jaya remains in Selangor. Looking back at the old map, PTO means Post and Telegraph Office, while PS means Police Station, which still stand near the junction of Jalan Puchong right here. The big letters of Petaling pointed on the location of Petaling Railway Station, which is today Petaling Station serving Tanjung Malim Port Klang commuter line. Watch this video to understand commuter better. Link is right above. The name Petaling itself originated from a local tree, which is Petaling tree, or its scientific name Ochanostachys amantaceae mast. Oh. A traffic light intersection to Petaling Jaya is a little bit confusing, as the main lanes are for the vehicles who want to turn right to Jalan Templar. Vehicles who want to go straight need to use a slip lane on the left, confusing for the outside drivers. After a junction to PJS1, Old Klang Road meets New Pantai Expressway and become parts of an NPE. Yes, this stretch of Old KL Klang Road is a toll expressway. In the 1929 map, land on the south of the road used to be tin mines such as Petaling Tin. There is a green patch where Malayan Agri-Horticultural Association or MAHA Expo was held annually between 1924 until 1968. I visited MAHA in 2024 as the largest and oldest fair in Malaysia celebrate its 100th anniversary. Already old. Watch this video to know more about MAHA exhibition. The former site of early MAHA is today Taman Datuk Harun. When a segment of Old Klang Road between PJ Old Town and Seri Setia was upgraded into an expressway and integrated as part of NPE, the toll was charged on both directions between 2004 until 2009. People were complaining that the Old Klang Road that used to be free to use for decades was tolled in both directions, especially to the people who live nearby, which is Taman Datuk Harun and Taman Maiddin. By April 2009, toll for the vehicles heading towards Kuala Lumpur was abolished, but the traffic heading west towards Klang is still being tolled at PJS2 Toll Plaza. The toll is RM1. PJS Toll Plaza is the only toll plaza in the entirety of Old Kuala Lumpur Klang Road. After Toll Plaza, NPE splits into three directions: middle heading towards Sunway City, right towards Federal Highway and left towards PJS2. The old road is the left. In the 1929 map, this is the main road, but today it is only a local road linking Taman Datuk Harun with Sungai Way Industrial Park. The name of the road is still Old Klang Road. Okay, we already approached the midway of the journey, but excuse me for a while, I want to stop for a pee break. Okay, welcome back, and let's finish the rest of the journey. In the old map, the road should be crossing the railway after Sungai Way Station, which is today's Setija-Jaya Station. Next to Setija-Jaya Station today is Sunway Setija-Jaya BRT Station. I talked about Sunway BRT in the previous video and what are the issues regarding its construction and operation. The link to watch this video is right here above. However, the road between Sungai Way and Setija-Jaya level crossing is no longer exist and today becomes part of Mentari Court Apartments. Thus, we need to make a large detour towards Sunway City. At NPE LDP interchange, make a U-turn. Okay, enter this. Oh no, I entered the wrong lane. Another round of circling Eon Big Subang Jaya, and this time the correct detour is the slip lane heading towards Subang Airport. So confusing. The detour continues to the elevated flyover heading towards Subang Airport, but we do not go all the way to the airport. Instead, we make a turn to Petaling Jaya and exit to a multi-directional slip lanes at KG and S exit and take the left lane towards Kelana Jaya Stadium. What once was the main road between Sungai Way and Batu Tiga in 1929 map is today a local road named Jalan SS7/2. Contrast with the previous old road that been widened to either a city road or a highway or expressway, the road Jalan SS7/2 is still surrounded by the greenery as it's surrounded by the low-rise neighbourhood. At the left side is Subang Country Golf Club. Jalan SS7/2 is one of the few portions of old Kuala Lumpur Klang Road that maintain its old appearance, only one lane per direction. Can you imagine that Kuala Lumpur and the rest of Klang Valley is connected by a road this wide? In real world, no need to imagine, Kelantan Delta area is. There is Glenmarie LRT station at the end of Jalan SS7/2, but no way to cross over Jalan Lapangan Terbang Subang to cross. As such, we need to turn left and make a detour again in Subang Jaya to go to the other side, circling Subang Jaya again for the third time. The journey continues by entering a slip lane opposite of Jalan SS7/2 across the road below the new LRT line, which is LRT3, scheduled to be opened by September 2025. In 1929 map, the area was Glenmarie Plantation. Today, Persiaran Kerjaya is lined with low-rise neighbourhoods, Highcom Glenmarie Industrial Park and business parks. In the middle of Persiaran Kerjaya, there is an elevated alignment for the LRT3 linking Bandar Utama and Johan Setia in Klang via Shah Alam. In this road, there are numerous brands of cars sold by branded dealerships. There is Sherry. There is Great Wall, which is the producer of Haval. And there's Honda. This is Xpeng. There's Mazda. And this one is MG. And Mercedes-Benz, the favorite cars of the politicians. Why do politicians need to ride the city cars like the plebeians and the commoners? The road was resurfaced after years of construction of LRT3 above almost completed. Okay, back to the old map. Part of the original road remains as Jalan Kerjaya in the north, nearby Glenmarie Golf and Country Club. Moving forward, there is a slip road heading towards Jalan Batu Tiga Lama. Jalan Batu Tiga Lama retains its curvy and forestry landscape that you might not believe that this road is located in the middle of bustling metropolis. As we can see on the left side is Federal Highway, which is the current main road between Kuala Lumpur and Klang. The traffic is highly congested, especially on peak hours, which is a common occurrence. Despite there are other alternative expressways such as NKVE in the north, Kesas in between and SKVE in the south, Federal Highway is still heavily used because it is toll-free. Nearing Shah Alam, the state capital of Selangor. This site is a proposed area to build a bus terminal for Shah Alam, which might not be built in the near future. It is quite far from Shah Alam city centre and located at the edge of the city. And furthermore, Shah Alam already has a bus terminal at section 17 near Padang Jaya. The location of the proposed terminal is far from any existing rail transit. The nearest is Batu Tiga station across the Federal Highway. The location is nearby the notorious and fearsome traffic light 100 at the interchange between Federal Highway and Jalan Sungai Buloh. Batu Tiga interchange has ridiculously long sequence that the red light duration is more than 1 minute and 40 seconds or 100 seconds, hence the name traffic light 100. When I arrive at Batu Tiga interchange, the traffic light is green, so I need to move as fast as I could. Before the existence of the interchange, there was a town called Batu Tiga in the location of the intersection depicted in the 1929 map. As in Petaling, there was a post office, a police station and a railway station in Batu Tiga. And interestingly, Batu Tiga station is included in the train timetable in Janice Guide published in the year 1900, and the journey by steam train from Kuala Lumpur to Batu Tiga takes about 44 minutes. That is how old and legendary Batu Tiga is. After the completion of the Federal Highway, Batu Tiga town is no longer exists at the intersection. But if anyone noticed, there is the word Damansara near Batu Tiga. Is that Damansara supposed to be way up to the north? This is the correct location of Mukim Damansara, which is the sub-district of Petaling district. Mukim Damansara covers Batu Tiga, Shah Alam, Subang Jaya and Sunway City. The posh Kota Damansara and Damansara Parliamentary Constituency is actually located at Mukim, Sungai Buloh. The old road joins the Federal Highway just for a few hundred meters and there is no trace of former main road beyond, perhaps being realigned with Federal Highway. By looking at the 1929 map, the main road between Batu Tiga and Padang Jaya is no longer exists as the road was expunged when Shah Alam was developed, except a portion of a road within Malay University of Technology or UiTM, of which the road in the old map matches with Jalan Sarjana. Sarjana means scholars as the road is located in UiTM campus. There was no Shah Alam at that time, it was called Sungai Renggam. Initially planned as a planned city in 1963, Shah Alam becomes the state capital of Selangor in 1978, replacing Kuala Lumpur, which was declared as Federal Territory in 1972. Sungai Renggam station has been expunged and replaced with Shah Alam station to the west. I decided to drive on Persiaran Selangor instead of strictly following the old map alignment as the traffic at Federal Highway is so bad. A good thing about Shah Alam is that there are numerous roundabouts which makes the driving smooth and pleasant. No need to wait for long at traffic light 100. Roundabout number 1. Roundabout number 2, approaching Bulatan Selangor, where Persiaran Selangor intersect with Kemuning Shah Alam Expressway or LKSA. LKSA is the second shortest toll expressway in Malaysia after Ampang Kuala Lumpur Elevated Highway or AKLE. Continuing the journey at Persiaran Selangor, passing by large factories such as publishing house Karangcraft, food producer Nestle and Mint, which is the minter of Malaysian coins owned by Bank Negara Malaysia, the central bank. Arriving at roundabout number 3. Roundabout number 4. Arriving at Padang Jawa that exists both in 1929 map and today, Padang Jawa station is still there in the same location. After Petron Padang Jawa petrol station, the road branches into two directions, the right towards section 7 and the left heading towards Klang, of which the traffic rejoining Jalan Batu Tiga Lama. Elevated above Jalan Batu Tiga Lama is one of the sections of West Coast Expressway which is still under construction. Watch this video to know more about the West Coast Expressway that is not fully told on its entirety. There are certain portions of the highway that is like just upgrading the existing route. Continuing our journey on Jalan Batu Tiga Lama, the road narrows into a single carriageway. The thing is that the road marking is unclear due to weathering and there is need of repainting of the divider line. The old road rejoins further highway again from Bulatan Berkeley to Bulatan 100. After the roundabout is Klang Northern City Centre. The old city is at the southern banks of Klang River connected by bridges. The bridge shown in 1929 map is Belfield Bridge, built in 1908 but destroyed in 1941 during World War II. Thus, Klang was connected by two pontoon bridges. And later, double-decker Kota Bridge would replace the temporary pontoon bridges in 1959. As the traffic grew, second bridge crossing Klang River which is Maiddin Bridge or Jambatan Tengku Kelana, was built on the site of former Belfield Bridge. The end of the bridge is Little India of Klang, with the magnificent view of the old city. Are you willing to drive from Kuala Lumpur to Klang using the 1929 map? You can comment down below. If you want to travel on the entirety of Old Kuala Lumpur Klang Road, the travel is possible by vehicles as the road is fully paved. Some sections such as Old Klang Road has bus lines, but the smaller roads such as Jalan Batu Tiga Lama has no nearby public transport. Several places has no road signs, so driving apps such as Google Maps and Waze could be your trusted guide. Reference list in the form of articles is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new about Old Kuala Lumpur Klang Road and the changes throughout the road after almost a century. Thank you so much for watching again and see you in the next video.